hoping that they like the new intro. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Luigi Show here. I'm back with you with another video. And don't mind what happened to here. The good old Papa had a little accident last night. I wasn't too careful with the razor and I did something stupid. Just don't worry about it, okay? I'm fine, alright? So there's not a whole lot for me to talk about. It's just like a rant video. So to start off with, it happened pretty recently, which is the Waluigi is Love, Waluigi is Life videos 1 and 2. And the first video that did pretty freaking well. Like, so far it's got like 40 views, 8 likes. So to capitalize on the success of it, I decided to make a sequel because, you know, why not, right? Unfortunately, that video didn't do very well, but like, it's to be expected, you know? With a few exceptions, such as, for example, the People I Hate 2 video. It did pretty well, considering the fact that the first video was exclusive onto my second channel. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And also, speaking on the first People I Hate video, my opinions have like changed slightly. Like in the video I say that Mario Odyssey is better than Mario 64. My thoughts have changed actually. I actually think that Mario Odyssey is not that great of a game. I actually think Mario 64 is a little bit better. But Mario 64 has its flaws. Like, for example, the camera sucks ass. On the DS remake, it improved, but unfortunately the controls on the DS one, they're okay, but they're definitely not, you know, they're not great, honestly, because of the stupid run button. And another thing to consider is that, well, this is my old DSi XL, sorry. So like, as you can see, it just, oh yeah, there we go. Right here is the D-pad. I had a standard D-pad. So controlling the game was, you know, pretty awkward, but the one on a 3DS feels a little bit better, but still, I don't know, it didn't improve all that much, but whatever. I thought it was a pretty good remake, honestly. So, my response to the second Waluigi's Love, Waluigi's Life video, I decided to, like, you know, take a break of, you know, uploading these types of videos and decide to move on. And once, I don't know, the second video does, you know, a little better, like it gets a little more views, gets a little more likes, but probably not to the extent of the first one, then yeah, I probably might make, you know, another one. And for those, you know, that don't know, they're obviously a slight ripoff of the Shrekker's Love, Shrekker's Life videos, which is pretty obvious if you watch the first one, the first Waluigi's Love, Waluigi's Life video. And I did a pretty good job of imitating Catalyst EXE's voice. Like, he's got a deep, soothing voice that's like perfect for ASMR videos. And I've actually, like, you know, typed these down. I didn't look them up on the internet, unlike the first video. So the best way to describe it, like, for those who have seen the second Waluigi's Love, I can't speak today. Waluigi is Love, Waluigi is Life video, then you could already tell that's like based off of the second Shrekker's Love, Shrekker's Life video. Like, there's obviously a, you know, a few differences here and there. Instead of having Prince Charming, there's Sakurai, and instead of having Fairy Godmother, you have Reggie Fils-Aimé, the former president of Nintendo of America. The reason why, well, I was originally going to include, you know, Iwata in there, but I think that would be, I don't know, disrespectful. Yeah, I'm looking like a complete ass right now, but whatever. The reason why I put Reggie in there was because he's a pretty famous meme, you know? My body is Reggie, my body is Reggie. And of course, Waluigi obviously replaces Shrek. And instead of having, you know, onions, it's tacos because of the infamous Waluigi's taco stand meme. And it's also been turned into a Mario 64 ROM hack, which is pretty nice. I haven't played the ROM hack mainly because I suck at playing ROM hacks. Like, I'm not an expert on, you know, playing these games, but from what I can tell, they're pretty fun to play. And also the People I Hate 3 video that I plan on making. I expect to make that in the coming summer, so I hope you guys are patient enough for when it does come out, because I think you might actually like it. Yeah, there's not really a lot to talk about, just me ranting a bunch of stupid shit, but whatever. Oh yeah, let's talk about Mario Odyssey, shall we? Well, I remember playing the game for the very first time, November 2017. It was like a couple of days after the game was released. I remember playing the game for the very first time. It was the first Nintendo Switch game, you know. Well, I shouldn't say that, because going back a little bit, I was at the Mohegan Sun. They had a gaming convention there, and lo and behold, they had the Switch. And they had a Bomberman game on there, which technically was the very first Switch game I ever played, but it's not necessarily one that I could call my own. That one will have to go to Odyssey. So, the reason why I think Odyssey is not, you know, really a good game, it's because of one thing, and one thing only. Replay value. Unlike the other previous 3D Mario games, like all it is just like open worlds that you can explore, which people can argue is a lot like Mario 64 and Sunshine. But the difference between, you know, those games is that they had a hub world. Mario Odyssey, there is no hub world. Except for like the Odyssey, but that is like far, far smaller than Starship Mario and Galaxy 2. I'm not kidding. And also, just like Galaxy 2, like when you like, you know, access to Odyssey, you know, on the map, you can like choose which world you want to go to, which is, you know, pretty nice. But yeah, let's go back to replay value. Like, you can't replay certain missions, except, you know, if you want to like, except for like, you know, a few moons here and there. Yeah, I think that's what they're called. Yeah, they're moons. They're not stars. They're moons. Like the only exceptions, like, are the bosses. Those are like the only exceptions. And Mario Odyssey suffers what I like to call Banjo-Kazooie syndrome, where they don't kick you out of the world and go back to the hub. And also, I haven't played Banjo-Kazooie, but I think that game didn't have really a hub world like Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, and Galaxy 2 had. It really didn't, I think. And that's probably what the people that were working on Odyssey, that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to, you know, do what Banjo-Kazooie did, which was that. And me playing the game for the first time, you know, playing like the main story, I thought it worked alright. But after I completed the main story, that was when things began to go down. And that was when, you know, the replay value, you know, ceased to exist, even though it didn't exist from the beginning. And also, I remember the Luigi update, the Luigi's Balloon World update. Like, I was excited because I thought you were going to be playing as Luigi, because, you know, the only appearance Luigi made before the update was a bunch of 8-bit sprites and a costume that you could wear. And also, when you collect like when you make Luigi's balloons all golden, like you don't get to play as him. And also, when you die, like the lives, like they pretty much don't exist in Odyssey. All you do is like lose a couple of coins, and that's it. And also, the only purpose of buying coins is to either buy costumes or I don't know, knickknacks. Yeah, that's it. That's all the coins are freaking used for. Like, I can see why they removed the life system. It's probably because, like, as the Mario games progressed throughout the years, they've gotten, you know, easier, and there's like no consequences of you losing all your lives. That's probably the reason why they removed it. Which I can understand, but like, I don't know, just, I don't know, it kind of like removes the illusion of you having to worry about losing all your lives. Which, you know, I thought was fun. Even though, like, then again, the modern Mario games, like, there's no consequences of, like, you losing all your lives. And also, in the new Super Mario Brothers game, specifically Wii 2, even though that game is pretty freaking easy when it comes to, you know, losing lives, Like, the game is so easy that you very, 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 very rarely get a game over. And New Super Mario Bros. U, and I think New Super Luigi U, yeah, I think that's, yeah. Like, you get unlimited continues after you lose all your lives, so the game's not punishing you. Like, it's not like Mario 2 where there's only like 2 continues, and once you lose all of them, you gotta go back to the beginning. And also, Mario Bros. 3 had unlimited continues, but there was no save feature, so it means that you gotta beat the game all in one sitting, which was a pain in the dick. But luckily, the All-Stars version of the game fixes that shit, which is nice. And also, in the original Super Mario Bros., if you lost all your lives in that game, your ass is going right back to 1-1 with there's no continues. Like, go back to the beginning. In the lost levels, even though that game was hard as shit, like, you got back to the beginning of the world that you died in, which was more forgiving. In the All-Stars version, you were left off at the level that you died in, not necessarily the beginning of the world that you died in. And also, coming back to Super Mario Bros. On the All-Stars port, you go back, you get sent to the world that you like died in, the beginning of the world that you died in, not necessarily the level that you died in. I don't know why they couldn't do both, but I'm not gonna complain. And also, going back to the first People I Hate video, specifically the Mario 64 sketch, like, I was basically making fun of, people who, have a, stick up their ass. They think that the newer games are way too freaking easy, and looking back now, I mean, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing if the game starts off easy but progressively gets harder and harder. I don't mind that. Like, the reason why game developers are doing this is so that way they can reach a wider audience and not turning new players off, which is, a smart thing to do business-wise, but it's not too good for like the old farts that I don't like it when, games are easier. By that I mean that you don't suffer any consequences of dying. I don't even know what I'm talking about now. I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna end the video here because I'm sounding like an old man that is, very stubborn, that doesn't like change all that much. Okay, I'm sounding like a huge hypocrite here, but like, there's some changes that I like, and there's some changes that I don't like. There are, for example, modern consoles like the Xbox One and PS4, and hell, even the Switch. They don't have music. Hell, even the Xbox 360, even, from the 7th generation, even that didn't have music in the background. And also, I think the PS3 didn't have either. The Wii was like the odd one out, and same thing with the Wii U. They were the only ones that were the odd ones out. Then again, the original Xbox, like, it didn't have music, it had weird sounds in the background, and the PS2, like, if you like go to the like main menu, like, without having the disc in, like, you get these weird sounds. They're not really music, just sounds. And also, people can argue the same with the GameCube one, but in reality it's actually music. And also, if you speed it up, God knows how many times, but that's basically the Famicom disc system startup music, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie. Also, speaking of the GameCube, obviously you know that if you hold the Z button when starting up the GameCube, it plays this. If you hold Z down on all 4 controllers, trust me, I tried doing this, it's a pain in the ass. You need to have at least one more person with you, or 3, because trust me, it's impossible doing it all by yourself. Take a look. And I finally think that's it. So if you enjoyed the video, obviously hit like, subscribe if you want to see more of this beautiful, amazing face. Yeah, comment, turn the bell, to a lot more notifications so we never miss a brand new video. And I'll see ya. Peace. Goodbye, my little children.